Jessie, who plays Eloise, said to me, I think this could be like Game of Thrones big. And I was like, yeah, I think it could be actually.
Yeah.
But you really never know.
No.
Never know.
It's so difficult. And
Yeah.
the way it just hit with people is still hard to fathom.
I was in a pub and I had a pint of Guinness and I did the Zoom like in this pub and I was like, oh God, this is so unprofessional. But it was like
I was in bed,
it was like
don't
a real
worry.
last minute call, wasn't it? And it
Yeah,
was like,
I thought it was just a check-in. I
Yeah.
did not know what it was at all.
and then I think I just celebrated and was like, wow, this is like a real opportunity that I didn't know was going to come up at this point, in my career or in my life. So I was like, let's just dive in and go for it.
In India, when two people are paired romantically in a film, there's a very simple gesture the guy does, which is just this.
Oh.
Which is just open your hands and feel the romance.
Yeah.
Do you want to give that a shot?
Yeah.
I love that.
Guys, thank you so much. Firstly, I'm very excited, especially after watching the first
Oh,
episode.
that's so
Yeah.
great.
Right.
Great.
So diamonds are not the only things that shine. According to you, if you want to tell fans what is going to shine in this season.
Ooh.
What is going to shine?
So much stuff. I think it's a very sparkly season.
Yeah.
It's got lots
Very
of
good word.
excitement, lots of intrigue, lots of romance. There's so much that happens,
Yeah.
isn't there?
And there's so many, the storylines that we've seen in previous seasons, everyone's got something going on. And there's so much more growth for all these different characters.
Yeah.
Like all the Bridgertons, the Mondridges, all the Featheringtons,
yeah.
everyone's got something new to like tackle with. And yeah, so it's really exciting to like dive in and hit the ground running.
Right. Honestly, in first season, did you see this track coming?
Yeah, I did feel like it was going to be successful. I think there was definitely like an electricity when we were filming it. Jessie, who plays Eloise, said to me, I think this could be like Game of Thrones big. And I was like, yeah, I think it could be actually.
Yeah.
But you really never know.
No.
Never know.
It's so difficult. And
Yeah.
the way it just hit with people is still hard to fathom.
I think that's what was mad about going back into season 2.
Yeah.
And then I think the first scene I had was the races, and we arrived, and they were
Whoa.
like, "Oh, can the Bridgertons arrive and walk through?" And obviously all the supporting artists at that point were like, "We've seen the show, we know like who these characters are." And then it
Yeah.
became kind of like
Yeah.
a weird sense of like, this feels really real now that people know what it is. Whereas season 1, it was like our own little secret. No one knows
Yeah, and
what we're
trying to
doing.
like
and
not like get the paparazzi, get pictures
Yeah,
in
yeah,
costume,
now it's
and
all of-
sneaking in and out of buildings to
Yeah,
not like
this
ruin
season was a
storylines. This
struggle.
season was hard.
Yeah.
To keep things
So when
secret.
the writers first told you that this is going to be your track and it's about two of you, what was your first reaction and who did you go and tell?
I called my agent right
we were
away.
on a Zoom together, weren't we?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
wait.
it's a phone call when
Oh,
Jess,
sorry,
yeah.
yeah. I thought you meant when we found out the story.
Oh no, the story that
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
were together. Yeah, no, I called my agent. And I was like, I don't know how I feel. Like it's really nice. Feels like a vote of confidence, but I thought it was going to be 4. So, but then when I had time to settle in, when we spoke, I was like, no, it actually is exciting. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was, I think, I've actually, my memory of it is that I was in a pub and I had a pint of Guinness and I did the Zoom like in this pub and I was like, oh God, this is so unprofessional. But it was like
I was in bed,
it was like
don't
a real
worry.
last minute call, wasn't it? And it
Yeah,
was like,
I thought it was just a check-in. I
Yeah.
did not know what it was at all.
and then, I think I just celebrated and was like, wow, this is like a real opportunity that I didn't know was going to come up at this point, in my career or in my life. So I was like, let's just dive in and go for it. Yeah.
How soon do you get to know when there's a 4th season coming? How soon would you get to know what's happening?
We'll be told very
much
think
later
also
than people think.
it's good for us because it then means that there's no risk, and I would ask not to be told because I just think
We can't spoiler anything right now
Yeah.
because we genuinely don't know anything.
yeah.
But that's quite a nice place to be.
yeah,
Right.
Because you're like, I'm not going to let anything slip
Yeah,
because I got
totally.
nothing to tell you.
yeah. But I'm excited to see, what Colin and Penn get up
Me
to
too,
in the
me
new
too.
season and what new themes we can explore.
Right. Last night you told me, y'all have known each other for 5 years now, and this is the 3rd season. How have you all seen each other grow as actors on the set? So if you
God, so much
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, it really is. I think, we're so lucky. There's such a large ensemble of characters within this show that you can really sort of like, there's so many incredible actors on set that you're working with every day. You're going to draw on things all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. And being able to like, sounds really lame, but like harness your like craft. And,
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
given the opportunity, particularly this season, like we get to explore so many different themes. Like that was my favorite part, is that
Me too.
it wasn't just like one path. We'd got to do everything that you could want to as an actor. So.
And the nicest thing you can have on set is a supportive co-star,
Mm.
and that I know that might sound like sickly sweet or whatever, but genuinely, because you there's a vulnerability in trying things within performance,
Right.
and if you got to feel like someone has your back, and because we had that with one another, I think I grew exponentially in this season.
Yeah.
But that's the wonderful thing though about acting, is you never stop learning.
Yeah.
You always keep going. But this season, by the end, we used to say it felt really effortless between us, because it felt like, oh, we've just gotten onto such a path.
Right, and I can see all that because I saw the first episode. In India, when two people are paired romantically in a film, there's a very simple gesture the guy does, which is just this. Which is just open your hands and feel the romance.
Yeah.
Do you want to give that a shot?
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you so much. You guys are lovely.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure. And I can't wait even I as a fan can't wait for this to reach the fans.
Oh, that's so lovely.
That's
Thank
really
you very
lovely.
much.
Thank you so much.
Good
Nice
to
to
see
chat
you
to you
again.
again.